Too, what's going on? This preacher. So today is Monday. I had delivered my load that I got from Michigan down here in Miami, right? Now, I wasn't planning on working this week. It's Thanksgiving week, and I really haven't had a day off. I went home. I was home last weekend because the hurricane went through, and I had to check on my house, check on my roof. I walked all up on my roof, make sure all my roof shingles and everything was good to go. And checked on my fence, and I had some of my neighbors' fence in my yard, but my fence was okay. But their fence had pieces, the tops and stuff on the bars or whatever that the fences go into. I had those all in my yard and stuff, so we had to figure out whose zone it was, because some of my neighbors all the way around me has the fences. So then they had to go. So then I had to deliver this load this morning at 6:30 down in Miami. So I was going to take the rest of the week off. So then I was like, well, down here in Miami, I'm 113 miles away from my house. Right? So I was like, well, let me see if there's a load going up there that I can get, so I'm not really wasting no money. I'm trying to make the most money as possible. When you're a business owner, you trucking owner, man, it's like I try to make money as much as possible, as much as I can. Like I don't, my deadhead miles, man. My deadhead miles be a lot of times less than 10 to 15 miles away. So I try to book loads going into areas where it is other loads coming out of the same area, the same city, as close as possible. So I'm on a load board about 7:30 this morning, and I saw this load picking up in Opelika, going to Fort Pierce, where I stay at. Like, what? Okay. All right. So it's a TQL load. Okay. So I was like, well, it's only going like 120 miles, right? It's actually it's going to a job site, and down the street from where I'm at, they building this new community. So the community is actually like 5 miles away from my house too. And it delivers tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. So I was like, well, let me see, 120 miles. Listen, I'm gonna do it. If they pay me like $500, I'm gonna do it. I might as well go ahead and do it. And at least that way, I get paid for going back home, right? But it's TQL. Y'all know how TQL is. And I'm down here in Miami, so trying to get freight out of Miami, they be at ridiculous low rates. They like, okay, all these trucks down here trying to get back up. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to take less than $400. It's 120 miles. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to take less than $400. You know what I'm saying? It's Florida rates too. Florida rates. Before some of y'all be like, it's Florida rates. Okay, when I'm up there in Illinois, in Ohio, I was going 300 miles for $1,100. My other load was 362 miles I went, and I got 1,062 for that. Okay, so depending on the area that you at, yes, you can get a lot more money. So that's why I've been going up there to Illinois, Indiana, Ohio area, Pennsylvania area, because when you go those 350 miles, you getting a lot of money. All right, so different areas pay different. Learn that before you try to what's going on? I'm sorry, I'm waiting to be loaded now. But learn the locations and everything, and then that's when you try to see stuff. So anyway, so I was like, let me just try. So I was like, I called them up for the load, and I was like, hey, okay, yeah. I said, well, I'm in Miami right now. I can pick this load up, no problem. And I do it for $518 because it's 120 18 miles from the location to where it's going. So I was like, okay, I do it for $518. $518. It was like, well, you going down? I said, listen, I ain't going down, man. I said, I'm not going down. I'm like 10 miles from the load. If you want me to do it, fine. If not, fine. You know, it makes me know, never mind. So then he was like, well, hold on a minute. Well, hurry up, man, because I'm finna get another load that I see that's paying like $500. So then he was like, well, okay, no problem. So then I was like, hold on. They was like, hey, talk to my boss, and he was like, if you can do it for $500 in $500 time, do it. I said, man, listen, y'all want to do it or not? I don't have time, man. I don't have time. I already had hold on for 3 minutes. He came back and said, well, he'll go ahead and do it for $520 instead of having an odd number. I was like, all right, cool, let's book it. So I wound up booking a load for $520 to go 100 and it says 118 miles. And I was only 7.3 miles away from him. And I'm going home. I'm gonna leave here and go home. Then I wake up in the morning and do the load. Now, tomorrow is another day. I'm already gonna be out, right? So since I'm already gonna be out, I look to see if it's another little small load that I could do. Now I looked on the load board. There are a couple small loads that I could do, paying about $550, $600, going like 120 miles. For instance, there's a load going from Jupiter, which is 35 miles away from I stay at, going to Arcadia. For Jupiter to Arcadia, Florida, is 120 miles, and they're paying $650. And then Arcadia back to my house is 90 miles. All right, so when I looked at all that particular stuff, it's about 250 miles, total miles from my house to Jupiter to Arcadia, back to my house. And it's a straight through load, so I pick it up, go straight there, and then I come back. I gotta be there by 6:30 for Walmart though. So normally those loads I be home by like 9 o'clock. So if I see that, I'm not really doing nothing yet. I'm just pretty much just chilling for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So I might do that. I might do that. I'm an opportunist. So I'm not just gonna sit at the house and really like do nothing. If I can make a little chunk change. Like I say, I have a payment on this truck, right? So because I have a payment on this truck, I need to make sure I have enough money to cover my payment and my maintenance amount that I like to put in every single week, because I'm trying to do $1,200 a month in maintenance on this truck, because I got to take it to dealerships, and sometimes some stuff is under warranty, some stuff is not under warranty. Sometimes you got to pay shop fees and all that other particular crazy stuff with it. So that's how that particular stuff works. So that's what I'll be doing, man. I don't plan on leaving out until, I want to say Saturday or Sunday. I leave out and go back up north. My kids are out this week for school, so just spend a little time with them in the morning time, spend some time with them at night, do a little movie night with my daughter, little stuff like that this week, because I've been on the road. Because when I leave out this time, I'm not coming back till it's time to come home for Christmas. So I'll be out for a long particular point in time. But I'm like, gotta make enough to cover my truck payment so I can pay that. I'm not gonna start off in the hole. That's crazy to start off the week in the hole. Do I have money saved up to pay the payment on this truck? No. Yeah, surprise. No, I don't have no money saved up to make a payment on this truck. I sure don't. When Karen went down, when my other truck went down, I was out of work for like 5 weeks, and then all my money is going to fixing Karen, and then the other money went to paying all the bills and things. So no, I don't have money saved up to just cover the cost of this payment if I need to. Now, I do have about $3,000 dollars saved up inside my maintenance account. I do have that. So, but as far as my business go, I don't have money inside my business to make this here truck payment. I have money inside my personal checking to make this truck payment. I do have that, but as far as my business go, the amount of money that I have in my business, no, all that money is going on my other truck right now, which is up to about $8,000 in repairs and stuff, and that's in repairs and the towing that I had to pay to get it towed to the shop as well. So out of that $8,000, I had about $10,000. So I need that other money in there just for unforeseen things we carry, because we keep running to unforeseen things. And it went from a $5,000 repair all the way up to like an $8,000 repair because unforeseen things. For instance, he's seen certain stuff when he's fixing it that look like it's going bad, that's questionable, and he was like, hey, since we got it apart, do you want to go ahead and fix it? I'm like, yeah, hey, since it's already apart, go ahead and fix it. So that keeps adding on to it. So I got a little bit more money just in case you find something. So I'm trying to keep all that money to Karen. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to keep all that money to Karen. Okay, all that money to Karen. You know, but when I get paid after Thanksgiving, yeah, now the business will have about $3,000 when I get paid from this truck for Karen. So now I will have money saved up, and I should have about 33 inside my maintenance account, and I should have another 33,000 to 3,200 inside my business. So now my business will have some money for this particular truck. I only had this truck for about a month. Okay, so you know why? Well, because I only had this truck for a month. That's why. Okay. And then by the time I go home, by the time I do all this stuff and start working, then we had the hurricane, then we have all this. So, you know, it takes a little minute to save up some money for a truck. Each truck is different. Each truck is totally different, man. Each truck is different. So each truck has its own finances. It has its own account. It has its own thing. So far as this truck goes, this truck have not made the business any money on this truck right here. All that's been going to padding up my maintenance account. And when I want my maintenance account get up to about like $5,000, $6,000, I take a little bit of money that I was putting inside that maintenance account, and I'll put that inside the checking account for that. So I just putting a whole bunch of money into my maintenance account, trying to build it up for this truck. So the month that I had this truck, I had this truck October the 4th or 5th. So I had about 3 weeks worth of running. So in 3 weeks worth of running, I done got $3,000 inside the maintenance account. Okay, so I really wasn't putting money inside the checking account as money that the business making. I was putting it more towards the maintenance account to build up. And throughout that time, I had to buy 2 tires. Throughout that time, okay, and so I had to buy 2 drive tires that I had to buy. So, and that cost me $1,400 for the 2 drive tires and the trailer tire. On top of that, the trailer tire was $614. So $2,000 I didn't spend in tires, man. So when you have that, that's how it be. All right.